Hello and welcome to the online video tutorial for Texas Hold'em. In this tutorial I'm going to demonstrate to you how to use this tool and how to improve your online and offline Texas Hold'em game. This tool will help you win consistently and demonstrate an insight into what goes on in the heads of all the professional players such as Daniel Negreanu and Doyle Bronson. As you can see, we're sitting at a real live online tournament and we have just begun, and we are going to use the Texas Hold'em tool to ensure we win. Okay, so once you have downloaded and installed the Texas Calculator tool, you will need to visit one of the supported poker rooms and make a minimum payment to open up an account. At this point, you'll need to enter the verification code given to you by the calculator program. The money that you deposit is of course yours, and we can now go and join in a game. Right, as you can see by the demonstration now playing, an icon will appear on your desktop. Ours is at the top right hand corner. What you will now need to do is double click on the icon, drag and drop the tool onto the table. The tool will ask where you are sitting, and all you need to do is click on your respective seat. Okay, at this point you will now see that the tool has been activated and will begin immediately to give that vital information to make you win. Now, this calculator will offer above and beyond what any other calculator can offer on the market today, making this an essential piece of equipment. This tool will automatically calculate your pot odds, your outs, odds to win the hand, fold depth, and it will give its very own professional advice. It's almost like having Doyle Bronson sitting on your shoulder. Okay, pot odds. This calculates the likelihood of winning the pot based on where you're sitting and how much the pot has been raised before you. Your outs. This will calculate the amount of cards dealt and the likelihood of catching that third ace. And odds to win the hand. This is an overall calculation on where you're sitting, what cards you have, and how many people are left in. This is possibly the most important section of the tool, particularly for you beginners. Now, fold depth. This means that after any cards have been folded, the calculator will completely re-evaluate and recalculate all of the odds for you. This tool has two mode settings, the mini mode and the full mode. You can set the calculator to your specific kind of play. So if you want, you can play aggressively, or you can play passively. It really is up to you, but this means you can tailor-make this calculator especially for you and your style of play. It's worth checking out all the settings. It really is very, very user-friendly. And it's worth doing a bit of research just to get you started. Initially, basically, so you can find out what sort of play suits you best and how the calculator works best for you. Maybe start on the smaller cash tournaments, maybe the £5 or £10 tournaments, before you start moving up the market and before you have the confidence. But basically what the calculator will do for you is give you the insight on how to play the game. And it's also going to teach you the game by demonstration. So you play with the tool and automatically you'll start learning things you never knew before. You'll start picking up what cards to hold on to and what cards to fold. Right, okay, so over to the right of the screen just now is where you choose your settings. Right, this is where you need a good look around. Just see what suits you. If you've played poker before, you probably know the style of play that suits you and what you prefer to do. But as I've mentioned earlier, it's worth going through this to find out what really suits you so you can tailor-make this calculator as every player is different. Let's face it, you can have Doyle Brunson sitting on your shoulder all you want, but if you're playing a totally different game, it's not always going to benefit you. Now, you may not have noticed that we haven't played many hands. Don't worry about this, and remember, we're in it for the long haul, so just keep following the calculator. And remember, even if you don't realise it, you're learning all the time by your own actions. My personal preference for the calculator is the mini mode. Okay, just now we're going to go and have a look at the game. Okay, so here we are, approximately 20 minutes later, and we are down to the last three, and we are in the cash. This obviously demonstrates that this tool does work, and has worked so far. All I have been doing is following the calculator instructions. You can also see we're well above $6,000. Yet more proof that this calculator does work. An important thing to remember at this point is that we are in the money, but we are not here to finish third or second. We're here for the top spot. We're here to win. So it's very important to continue following what the calculator is saying. Right, so we've got a Jack 2, not the best hand, so we're going to do what the calculator says and we're going to fold. Okay, so we've got an Ace 9. It's a good hand, so we're going to follow what the calculator says. We're going to raise the pot, and we've taken it down. Here on the next hand, Queen 7 suited. But the calculator says no. There's been an all-in raise and we're out of there. Okay, clearly that gentleman doesn't have a calculator pro tool with a 2 and a 3 offsuit. And as you can see, he has paid the price for that. So we're now down to the last two on the table, and remember, we're looking at first place. And once again, as long as we follow the calculator, there is no reason why we shouldn't finish in first place. If you follow the calculator, you can't lose. And that's what this tutorial is all about. Right, already up to $7,000, and we have a pair of aces. He's raised us, and we're going all in. He has ace 7. We now have trip ace. And that's it. He can't beat us now. We finished in first place. So remember, you can get a calculator from predictpoker.com. And thank you for taking the time to listen to this tutorial.